twice as good and can't sustain like one half could.
Little town at the right door that we're leaving is Lahui, which is our biggest little town on the island here. About 16,000 of us live there. Everybody else on the island lives around the shoreline somewhere. 68,000 total on the entire island. In just a second out, Janice's side of the aircraft. So that'll be the left-hand side. We're going to see a big old half-moon bay known as Kipukai. If you ever saw the movie The Descendants with George Clooney, this is the property old George couldn't figure what to do with in the movie.
How can that be? Just keep me where the light is.
So a quick little view there of Kipukai. And then on the right side of the aircraft, as we head westbound, this big old grassy field here, about 4,000 acres, belongs to the Rice family. If you saw any of the Jurassic Park films, a lot of the major outdoor shots in those films were shot in and around the Rice Ranch. To include scenes from the latest movie, which will be known as Jurassic World, released next summer. So is anybody staying down in Poipu on the south side? Raise your hands. Yes, you guys are, Elvis and Janice. Alright, there's Poipu, left-hand side. Sue, where are you guys staying? What town, do you know?
Just outside Kappa.
Oh, Kapa'a, okay. Andreas and Stephanie, where are you guys staying?
Poipu.
Poipu? Okay, so Poipuians in the back and Kapaians in the front. I'm a Lehuian. Beginning of the dry side of the island, our south shore, and especially as we go westbound, it's going to get drier and drier. And you'll see a definite change in the scenery as we head out to the canyon areas.
For us, we're gonna make it. Starting all over as friends, it's gonna be tough.
Like the reservoir at the left-hand side, an irrigation lake. Used to irrigate what used to be huge sugarcane plantations here on the south side of the island by Poipu and Koloa. In fact, every lake and reservoir you see today on the island is all man-made for irrigation. No more sugarcane. We got out of that business in about 2010, so lakes just kind of sit around now.
Though I know it's gonna be tough to erase the hurt and fear.
So I don't know if you guys have visited the south side yet, but when you do, you're going to drive through the tree tunnel underneath us here. Eucalyptus trees that have grown together at the top, forming a really neat little automobile tunnel, but people have a tendency to stop anywhere and everywhere to take pictures, so just be careful if you're in it. You guys in the back will drive through that thing about 1,000,000 times. And yes, it was planted.
As it comes, never fuss about it, what's right or wrong.
So this is how we live on Kauai. Little towns like this dotting the shoreline. No one lives in the interior, so that's where we're going to head to. In fact, a lot of the interior you cannot even access it because there's no roads or trails in there. We may get a little light bump here. I'm noticing that the winds are about 15 miles an hour right at the right-hand side, so it's notorious the winds roll over that ridge line and kind of turbulent air here in front of us. We'll see, though. We should have great weather this morning. No rain, no significant turbulence. Visibility is about 70 miles. So into our first little canyon valley here on the south side known as Hanapepe. There's that little bump I knew I was waiting for somewhere. If you guys look out the nose, there'll be some homes on ridgeline up there. There's 5 of them nestled in the trees right along that ridgeline. That is the farthest inland anybody's going to live. Everybody else is closest to the ocean. Robinson family lives up there. They own all the property from their house to the ocean on the left-hand side. That equates to about 53,000 acres. Coming into view off our nose down there in the shadows, Puna Waterfalls, known as Jurassic Park Falls. In the beginning of the very first Jurassic Park movie, these waterfalls were seen when the scientists in their little helicopter hovered down in front of the waterfalls. Once they landed, they went to the Rice Ranch. There they met the dinosaurs, and then it all went bad for most of them. So I'm going to put this out on all sides of the aircraft so everybody get a good chance to see it. .360 feet tall, about 120 meters in height. Above it are 5 waterfalls known as the Kahilis. And they actually provide the water from Puna, but this all starts out as rainwater. This island is one of the rainiest spots on Earth. We receive over 420 inches of rain every year on the top of the island. Year after year after year. As we get to the last set of Kahili waterfall here, you'll see dead trees all around us. Result of the last hurricane to hit this island way back when in 1992, known as Aniki. So we're going to head westbound. A lot of people ask me what kind of wild animals we have here in the interior. Pig and boar everywhere, just everywhere. When we get to the canyon areas, we're going to see the home of thousands and thousands of wild goats that are kind of left over from the whaling years. And then at the top of the Waimea Canyon, we have some black-tailed deer. That's it. Nothing predatory here on the island. No bear or mountain lion, nothing like that. No snakes that we're aware of. It has been rumored, but rarely seen, that we have chickens. Yes, chickens. Elvis, I forgot to ask you guys, what brings you and Janice here all the way from California?
We're here on a vacation. We're going to visit 4 islands and spend 1 week at each island.
Very cool. Wow, good for you. Is that the first time you've been to all the 4 main islands?
Yes, it's the first time for me even to be in Hawaii, and Jan has been here a couple of times prior. Okay.
Well, every island is very diverse from the other island. So is this your first stop, or have you been to the other ones yet?
This is our first stop.
Very good. Alright, into the canyon areas we go. This first little canyon is the Olokili.
Okay, this one's for Gabby.
Very pristine little canyon. No public roads or trails in here, so not a lot of human contact. Every once in a while someone will wander in here. So off our nose, Waimea Canyon now, that's all accessible by the public. Got a little paved road up on the rim there that brings everybody up to the canyon, and if you guys like to hike, well over 40 miles worth of hiking trails out there. Has anybody been to the canyon yet? You guys have did you hike all around, or did you just, no, you just drove up there?
Drive out there first of all.
I'll show you what you missed. I'll show you one of the trails I like.
Dream